Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to True Hot Yoga's live stream. My name is Dominic. I will be guiding you through your next 60 minutes of yoga and flow. But before we begin, I just want to say I am super jazzed and super excited to be here. Um, as you may know, a lot of the gyms and local businesses are tracking our governor's announcement for potential reopening within the next couple of weeks, which has us super excited here at True. So I just wanted to take a moment before we started to let you know that we will be providing updates around what our reopening plan looks like in a couple different ways. You should see emails coming out within the next week or so that are going to give you guidance around what our plan is for the studio. Also, you'll see updates and blurbs on both here on Facebook as well as on Instagram. So if you are seeing this video and hearing my voice, then you're probably already plugged into our communications, one of those forms of communication. But if you want more information or you want to get on our newsletter and mailing list, please reach out to us. Just send us a DM. We'll get you added. We don't want you to miss all the updates because like I said, we're super excited to actually getting back to the hot room, getting back to in-person teaching, and actually getting some of that live energy. I don't mind doing the videos. I think some of the same energy can reach you, but it is a symbiotic relationship. So I know it works well if both of us can really appreciate that. So to get started today, though, our class is going to be focused on some leg work today. So we're going to also touch on the core just a smidge, but we're really going to get into legs, work to build some of that strength up that we're going to need to really kind of as we start to move back into more of a traditional style of practice. So to get started, hips to heels, like I'm sitting, is a good place to be. I'm going to tuck my toes just to kind of open up my feet and stretch those out. You don't have to do this. You can simply sit with the toes untucked. And also, you can lift the hips and elevate the distance between the heels and the butt if you would prefer to do that, to kind of take some of the pressure off of the toes. Often we think about toe stretch and we get super freaked out because it it can be intense. But you can control that intensity. You can also slide a blanket in between the thighs and the calves to give yourself some space and distance. But whichever variation you're in right now, what I need you to be is fully present there. So how do we get present? Let's go inside. Let's check on our mental well-being to start off the morning. So maybe we start by scanning from the top of the head all the way down to the toes and noticing where our body is at today. It's early and we're just getting started. So while this will be a challenging little bit of work, we're going to ease our way into it. Now, one could argue starting with toe stretch is not easing your way into it. But hey, I say we get the tough stuff out of the way. Just knock that out so we can move on to other things. And then start to close the mouth, focus the breath out the nose, get a soft, gentle gaze looking forward out in front of you. If you have the toes tucked, go ahead and untuck them. Feet should be nice and woke up by now. This will also allow for you to kind of sit more with the shoulders stacked over the hips. Just feeling the nice balance as the body is completely in line here. And I want you to bring with you as an intention in the class today just a check-in of where you are physically today. I know a lot of us have a belief about where we should be or where we were prior to the pandemic popping off a couple months ago. But I think it's important to realize that things may have changed. And maybe you aren't exactly where you want to be in your practice right now, which is fine. I don't want you to judge yourself for that. I want you to be aware and I want you to be understanding of what the situation is. Trust me, muscle memory will kick in. You'll be right back where you were in no time. So we're going to take a couple more clearing breaths just like that. So it's an inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale. For the rest of the practice, I'm going to encourage you keep the mouth closed, but keep the breath full. Using the nose to breathe will help keep the body calm as we move through the shapes. So we're going to move into our first shape of the day, which is going to be tabletop. So you're going to come to hands and knees with the shoulders stacked over the wrist and the fingertips facing forward. Your hips are going to find balance over your knees. Your knees and your hands are your point of contact, along with the tops of your feet. Your eye gaze is soft. Between the thumbs is a nice place for that to be. And here you notice from this neutral position what your belly's doing. You might want to let the ribs flare out, let the belly fall down, but I'm going to ask you not to. I want you to draw the ribs down, draw the belly button up and in. That'll activate the core. Round through the back, so push the mat away like you're a mad kitty, right? Kind of getting you set up nice and strong in this hollow body shape. And to perform a cat pose or cow pose, start to tilt the pelvis forward, and as you do, let the heart drop, let the shoulders draw down and back, and then let your eye gaze look forward. So it's like you're sticking your butt out and pulling your arms back. Now as you exhale, take that hollow body shape, round and draw the tailbone down, making it long from the crown of the head all the way down, pushing your mat away like you're trying to really push out your back. Inhale. Take it back, cat pose. Or cat pose. I always get these two confused. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And on your next exhale, round curl, hold. Keep that puff of the back. Hold that action, drop your hips towards your heels. You should fold right into a child's pose as you do that. Reach your hands forward. Try to stretch through the armpits and through the rib cage, really opening up the intercostals. Take another breath here. And then as you inhale, allow the body to wave all the way forward into upward facing dog. Legs stay nice, firmly planted on the mat. Tuck your toes. When you pull your next exhale breath through, push into your mat and draw your hips up and back for your first downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spread the fingers wide. Press down through the index finger and the thumb. You want the hands firmly rooted and grounded as they're your foundation. Draw the arms towards the midline, so middle of your mat. Bend your elbows, let your chest kind of sink down a bit. Now as you do, start to push the heart forward, but push the arms away. Keep that activation. Wrap the arms back and straighten the arms as you complete setting up the upper body. Now, for the lower body, I want you to think push your thighs back. Squeeze your shins towards one another. Draw your belly button in and tilt your pelvis slightly forward like in cat pose. Your heels might be lifted if you're doing all of this activation, all of this work. Your arms might shake a little because it is a little bit of work, but that's okay. One more breath here. As you inhale, lift high onto the balls of the feet. Lift your hips high into the air. Send your energy forward, round forward. Keep pushing forward. Reach long with your head. Find plank pose. Lower down to the knees. Find tabletop. Now we're going to wake up the core with some sunbird crunches to kind of get us going. If we felt energy shoot up through our arms from those down dogs, it's because it's a lot of work to hold a solid, strong pose with proper alignment. We cheat every now and then, all of us do, when it comes to these, but the constant awareness is coming back to the practice, coming back to redoing these until it's less about what you don't want to do and more about naturally falling into natural alignment every time you come to the pose. So to get here, we are going to start off with our left hand reaching forward and our right leg reaching back. Really balancing between that left knee and the right hand. Draw your belly button in, activate your core, point through your toes, keep your quad engaged. Think about pressing your thigh back. In this case, that's pressing your hamstring up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, round and curl. Inhale, find length. Exhale, round and curl. That's 2. Inhale, exhale for 3. Inhale, take it out. Exhale for 4. Inhale, take it out. Exhale for 5. We'll reach out one more time. As we do, bring your left hand down, but turn and pivot so that your left foot is a kickstand and your right leg is now extending long behind you in this modified half moon. Bend your right knee, grab your shin, your ankle, your foot. Try to draw that heel towards your butt. Press your pelvis forward, draw your knee back. Roll your right shoulder open. Hold here by pulling with the hand and actively drawing the heel in towards the middle of your body. One more breath here. Solid and strong. Really waking up everything. Push down through that bottom hand. Don't let it slouch. Slowly release the right leg down. As you do, come to lay down on your left side. Right leg stacked on top. You're going to lay all the way down and allow your left hand to kind of hold your head. Your right hand comes in front of your belly or your chest so that you can balance yourself. And we're going to do some scissors or some leg lifts. That's going to work our obliques. Going to also work our hip flexors a bit. So point through your top toe, your right toe. So push out through the right toe, nice, active, and strong. On your inhale, lift the right leg. As you exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift, that's 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 5. And 4. And 3. And 2 and 1. Bring it on down. Should feel it all up in here, which is totally fine. You're going to roll onto your belly. And we're going to work to strengthen the back of the chain, really working through all sides of the legs here. So now we're going to strengthen these hamstrings and partly hamstrings, abs, and low back. All going to get some work here. Hands come down by your side. Thumbs graze your thighs. Chin rest on your mat. Eye gaze is softly forward. That's it. Settle the breath so that you can settle the mind. Don't allow the thoughts to stir yet. The thoughts of what you can and can't do. You can do exactly what you need to, exactly when you need to. All right. The way this exercise goes is on an inhale, your pelvis is going to firmly press into the mat. You're going to strongly point through your toes, and you're going to lift your heart and reach your hands towards your feet as you elevate and lift. Inhale, come up, just like that. Exhale, lower down. We got 4 more of those. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Try to use your breath to elevate the heart. And think about drawing the arm bones back and pressing your heart forward when you come up on that inhale. Next inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And really activate through those feet. You're going to have to squeeze those thighs so that it really starts to work that front body a little bit. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time for good measure. Take an inhale, lift, hold. Hold, hold, hold. Reach, reach, reach. Come up a bit more with the breath. And lower down. Those are never easy and they don't feel good. Always. Sometimes it might feel a little tight on the low back. But we got to strengthen that low back too. Not just stretch it all the time. You need a balance of both. All right. Tuck the toes. Bring the hands in line with the chest. Take it. Well, actually, don't take an inhale and come up just yet. I have a different plan. All right. Slowly roll onto your right side this time. Right hand, hold your head. Left hand just in front of the belly or the chest, kind of for stability, so we can get those scissors on the left side. Point the left toe individually. Nice and strong. Make it work. Make it activate. Lift on the inhale for 1. Bring it down and up for 2. In for 3. Up for 4. Breathe for 5. And 1 more for 6. Let's come down for 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. That's it. Come on for 1. There you go. And slowly release. We're going to work ourselves back up onto our right palm. Come onto our right knee. Kickstand that right leg out. Point or flex the toes. Take your half moon. Nice and easy. You did this on the right side. We're just doing it. Or you did this on the left side. We're just doing it on the... Yeah, you know what I mean. Opposite side. Reach, grab shin, ankle, foot. Roll that left shoulder open. Draw that left heel towards your butt. Point that left knee towards the back of the mat. All these simultaneous actions are happening to make the whole pose complete. No one part of your body works in isolation. It is a team effort, much like the lives we live. It may appear to be one main part, but everything plays a role. Slowly start to release. As you do, start to lower down. Keep your left leg extended, though, because you still owe those sunburn crunches on this side. So right arm goes out. As you exhale, round and curl. Inhale. Exhale. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. Take it out. Lower it down. Ooh, my left leg is starting to feel some type of way. So maybe you take a dancing lion here. Shake and wiggle, work it out. Nothing wrong with that. Throw some cat-cows in the mix. Open up lively through your body the way you need to. Lovely. Tuck the toes. Draw the hips up. Find that down dog. If you have your knees bent here, know that that is smart work. Good work. Eye gaze shifts towards the hands. Slowly start to tiptoe your way up to the front of your mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Bend your knees again if you need to release tension on the backs of those legs. Otherwise, you're here straight. Hands grab opposite elbows to let the head hang heavy.
Start to stretch the forearms towards the ground. Compress the chest towards the thighs or the belly towards the thighs. Think about drawing the thighs back again towards the back of your mat. That'll really start to stretch and open up a little more. Shift your weight into your big toes. On an inhale, reverse swan dive. Come on up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice. Beautiful. Good work. All right. From here, we're going to work on some back lunges. So it sounds exactly like it is. You're going to take a step back behind you, just like this. That's considered 1. We're going to do 5 on the right side, and then we're going to move into flow with it. So, lift the toes, grip the mat with the feet, really think about activating and balancing the weight of the legs here. Sometimes we get a little complacent, so make sure the legs are turned on. Squeeze your shins towards your midline, so towards the middle. Squeeze your inner thighs towards the middle. That'll activate everything you need to be stable. Take an inhale, reach the hands up. As you exhale, let the hands come to heart center. Step the right foot back. Bend the right knee and lower down. Step it up. That's 1. Step it back. 2. Step it back. 3. Step it back. Don't worry how far back you go. 4. Step it back just enough to feel your work. 5 and hold it. Pause just for 2. Just for 1. Step it forward. Step it back and hold. Reach the hands overhead. You'll find yourself in a crescent lunge. Draw your left hip back and your right hip forward. Push down through your left big toe. Press out through your right heel. Extend up. Go up. Reach up. And then slowly start to lower that right knee down, setting you up for Deva Namaskar. Salute to the gods and goddesses. So with the fingers interlaced and the pinky or the index reaching up, as you go up on an inhale, round and curl on an exhale. Bring your forehead to your knee. Now you don't have to release your hands if you want to play with some balance. Otherwise, release the hands, let the fingertips touch the ground. Squeeze everything towards the middle. Draw your belly button up and under your ribs and lift through your pelvic floor, creating your Mula Bandha. Chin tucks for Jalandhara Bandha. That gives you the Maha. All 3 make up the Great Lock. It's hard to breathe. It's hard to hold. It's a little intense. That's what you should be feeling. Breath should be slow and steady through the nose still. All right, bring the hands back together. Keep the activation in the legs and start to rise up. Let your head be the last thing to rise. As you exhale, let the hands come down onto the mat. Lift your right leg. Find your runner's lunge. So think about the chest and the heart trying to shine bright and forward. Reach forward. Eye gaze forward. Really pushing out through that back heel before dropping it down. Turning it out 45 degrees. So I like to have a heel-to-heel alignment here. That feels good to me. Walk that left hand over towards your right. Now notice how you are here. I want you to kind of draw that right thigh back like we've been doing. That'll force your butt to kind of stick out like mine is doing right now. So what you're going to do to compensate that is draw your tailbone down, and notice as I do it starts to lift my heart up, and it's going to allow me to open into extended side angle. Now, my left hand is holding onto my left ankle. It could be here. If it is here, it's not like chilling. It's here, working to open you up. Draw your left rib cage under, open your right shoulder a bit more, push down through the outer edge of your back foot. Now the legs are stable, and you are strong. Your top hand can stay on a hip. Reach up for the ceiling or reach over for your ear, creating a long line from your fingertips all the way to your toes. Hence the extended word. And once you settle in, breathe fully, both through the front and back of your body. Nice. Slowly start to straighten that left leg, and as you do, you can let that left hand rest on that left shin. Reach your right hand all the way up and arrive in Trikonasana, triangle pose. Slowly start to reach that right hand down. Step that left foot back. Find your plank pose. I'm going to take a modified vinyasa. You can chaturanga, up dog, down dog. So lower the knees down if you're taking this modification. Take an inhale for cow pose. Exhale for cat pose. Drop the hips for child's pose. So balasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Hands look forward, shift forward, bend knees, lower chest to thighs, and then step forward. As you inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. And we're going to work it on the opposite side. So now we're going to start off with the left leg, taking our lunge stance, resetting our legs up. Yeah, they might be burning. You might be noticing some sensations starting to come up. Acknowledging them, let them go. Don't get lost in them. Energy's going into the right leg. Take an inhale for Urdhva Stasana. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Left leg steps back. Left knee lowers. That's one. Step it back. That's two. Step it back. Three, think about really pushing with that supporting leg, so your right leg here in this case. That's four. That's five. We'll hold at the bottom just for a second. Step forward. And then step it back, set up for crescent lunge. Wiggle the left toes back a little further. Draw that right hip back. Really get strong in your lunge. Reach your hands up. There it is. Anjaneyasana. Draw that left thigh back. Keep pulling that right hip back. Keep expanding. Don't let your ribs flare out. Draw your belly button down. Go up. Reach up. Lower that left knee down. Keep that activation as you exhale, round and curl. Engage your bandhas. Use them to help solidify and strengthen you internally, physically and mentally. Locking that energy creates that stability within the asana. Bring the hands back together. Push down. Keep all the energy. Rise up. Lift up on the inhale. As you exhale, softly melt the heart towards the thigh. Reach the fingertips onto the ground. Tuck your left toes and lift your left knee. Find your lunge. Make it strong and stable. Lift your heart and head forward. I didn't mention this before, but blocks are always an option. Never not an option. Hands can be on them if this gives you more space to kind of rest that chest against that right thigh. And just as we did before, walk the right hand over to the left. Drop the left heel 45. There it is. Push the left thigh back. Stick the booty out. There you are. As you exhale around and curl. As you do, drawing the tailbone down magically forces the chest to lift. The right forearm stays on the thigh. Or, this is good, if you're pushing into your block here, no shame in that game. Left hand stays on your hip, or you can start to use it. Wherever you put it, you better be active with it. Don't just be out here all noodle-armed. Keep breathing. There you are, steady with the breath. All right, we're going to go into triangle pose, straight in the front leg. Woo, just like that. If your alignment's good, it should be an easy straightening of the leg, followed by a lifting of the hand. Eye gaze travels upwards towards the thumb or hangs out looking at the big toe. But where your eyes go in your practice is just as important as where the body goes. So don't be cavalier. Be mindful. Slowly let that left hand find its way down. Right leg steps back, and you're in a plank pose. Notice that I'm on blocks here. There's nothing wrong with that work. Elevating the hands actually makes chaturanga easier. If you needed to want to go through that, you can do that from your blocks. Most people don't like using the blocks because they think that it means something or it says something. You know what it means? It means that you're willing to do whatever it takes to improve your practice. And that is always a good thing. Slowly start to tiptoe your way up to the front of the mat. Bend your knees and lower the booty down towards the ground. Feet are going to be roughly hips distance apart for Padahastasana. So hands are going to reach behind the back, grabbing opposite elbows or wrists. So it looks like this. This is good. For some of us, this is great. Or release the hands, cup the heels with the palms. Take this number. This is also good. This is also great. Either one of those is going to really try to stretch the back side of the body, the superficial back line as it's known. Really working the fascia and the muscles of the back of your body. Whichever variation you took, start to shift your weight a little into the balls of your feet. Take an inhale, release, come all the way up. As you exhale, bring the hands to heart center. All right. Feet are going to position roughly hips distance apart for Utkatasana, awkward chair pose. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's awkward and it's like you're sitting in a chair. So awkwardly. That being said, take an inhale for Urdhva. Bend the knees and sit down into your chair, your magical, mystical chair. Really finding your breath, steadying your breath, sit a little bit deeper. Inhale, start to stand up. Beautiful. We're going to do that one more time. Exhale, bend the knees, sit down. This time we're going to shift the weight into the balls of the feet and lift the heels just to make it a little more challenging. Squeeze the inner thighs towards your midline. Really think about lifting your heart up, shining it forward. Eye gaze forward, hands reaching up or at heart center. Either one's fine. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, come back to hands at heart center. From here, we're going to work on strengthening your standing leg, which in this case is going to be your right leg. I always like to start on the right side with the things I do most of the time. All right, easy enough. Hands can remain at heart center as you do this, or they can start to come down towards the ground. So From here, lift up on your inhale. As you exhale, hinge the heart forward, reach the left leg straight behind you. Inhale, come back to stand. That's it. It's a hinge of the waist. The hands go back. Or the leg goes back, the hands go down. Or they stay at your heart. Whatever. If you keep them at your heart, it's going to work more of your balance. So go back with the leg. That's 2. You have 5 of these. You add 3. There we go. And 4. And 5. And one more because you can. You got this. Bring it on down. Ooh. Good stuff. Hold. Standing split. Really reach that left leg up. Use the hands for balance. Try to keep the hip closed. I mean, often we stack it, but see how it feels to keep it closed. Makes it a little bit more challenging. Slowly lower that left foot down. Find yourself in Uttanasana. Nice, easy breath in. Step that left foot back. Coming into your runner's lunge. Your left hand is going to come onto your fingertips. Your right hand comes onto your hips. Start to twist to the right here. We've all done this before, this twisted lunge shape. We're going to take it right into water wheel or twisted crescent. So reach your left hand forward, your right hand back. Don't forget, activate that left leg. Don't let it go slack. Really push out through that heel and lift up through that thigh. And we're going to sweep our right hand forward and take our left hand back, simultaneously dropping our left heel and falling into Warrior 2. Gracefully falling, not dumping or throwing ourselves in. Really, as you expand your arms, shine your heart forward, pull the arms bones back and reach the hands forward. Your eye gaze goes over your fingertips. You sit a little deeper through that front leg, really activating that front quad. Nice. Steady. Breath. Engage your bandhas, lift up through your pelvic floor. Draw your belly button up and in. Beautiful. Inhale straightens the front leg. Turn the toes, the right toes towards the left. There you are. You're in the star pose. With the legs wide here, take an exhale. Bend your left knee for a side lunge. Should feel like work. Inhale. Back to neutral. Exhale. This is 2. Back to neutral. Exhale for 3. Back to neutral. Exhale for 4. Back to neutral. Exhale for 5. Back to neutral. One more time. And back to neutral. Turn the right toes forward again. Bend back into your Warrior 2. Reverse it. Right hand up, left hand down. Virparita Virabhadrasana. Reverse Warrior. Don't lose the bend in the front leg by reaching the right arm back. Keep pushing. Keep pulling. Keep expanding energy out from your core through your limbs. Slowly start to bring that right hand down to the right corner of your mat. I want you to keep all of this. You're going to shift your weight into your right leg and find yourself arriving in Ardha Chandrasana. Half moon. Flex your left toes. Keep it active and strong. Roll the left shoulder open. Don't worry about taking the left hand up unless you got it like that. Hand is on a block or your fingertips or your palm flat. Woo, good work. Slowly start to bring it on down to forward fold. That's nice. Head hangs heavy, you settle. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, let's get into that left side one more time. Let's find chair pose. Inhale, bend knees, reach hands up. Sit down low. Inhale, stands to rise. Hands to heart center as you take a breath in. When you exhale, hinge forward. Reach the right foot back. Let the hands come down. Keep the left leg as straight as possible. Come on back up. Try to think about hinging at the waist and keeping the standing leg strong. Forward fold, reach down for 2. Let's go for 3. One side might feel a little more weaker than the other. That's okay. And we're going to go for 4. You get strong by working those imbalances. And 5, not ignoring them. And 6. Beautiful. Slowly bend that left knee and lower those right toes down. Runner's lunge is where you are. Again, if you need a block, use it. Do the thing that works best for you. I'm on my fingertips. Start to twist towards the left. And then we're going to reach our right hand forward while reaching our left hand back, twisting here in our lunge. When we switch, left hand goes forward, right hand goes back, right heel comes down. There's your warrior 2. Hi, warrior 2. Feels good to be here again. Don't forget to engage that lower half of your body. Draw that energy in, then send it back out. So contract but expand all at the same time. Inhale, straighten the left leg, turn the left toes to the right. There you are. Let's go ahead and get in our side lunge as you exhale. Bend your right knee. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, bend your right knee. Inhale, stand up. Really push into that right leg to activate. Come on for 3. Let's go 3 more. Let's go 2 more. All done for 1? Yeah, we got it. Beautiful. Turn the left toes forward. Come back to your warrior 2, deeper maybe than before. Lift your left hand up. Reverse it. All right. As you exhale, start to reach that left hand towards the left corner of your mat or your block. You're going to shift weight off the back leg right into the front leg. You're going to flex really hard through your right foot so that your leg becomes light because of the contraction. You're going to draw your right shoulder back, and maybe you're going to fall out just like that. But you're going to find patience and grace. Your eye gaze can look towards the side, look down, or look up. Up is the harder. Slowly unwind, bring it down. Yeah, my legs are feeling that work for sure, which is all right. Take an inhale, come on up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Turn towards the left side of your mat and open the legs wide. We're going to take a wide-legged forward fold. So, first, as you get the stance you want, I want you to think about drawing your sits bones apart from one another. So you're going to widen your hip bones. That's the energy you want to have as you stand here. Engage your core, reach your hands up as you fold, come down. Keep that length by drawing the sits bones apart. So think about really taking the legs out and drawing the shins in. Really just let the head hang heavy. Some of us might be able to take our hands back and come into a headstand here. If you've got that in your practice, by all means, go for it. Give your legs a break. So your crown of the head comes down to the mat. the hands slide. I like to put mine almost behind my heels so that your head and your hands make a triangle. So that when you come down, I have to take my legs wider, but when you come down and you go up, it becomes much easier to balance with your 3 points of contact. So not everything is in the head. Now, maybe you just get the legs to right here and you can't get them up. That's okay. There's plenty of work here to teach you how to balance. Now, if you're playing upside down, take another breath or two. If you're just hanging out here, hang out here. If you're down, if you're up, come down. If you're down, well, stay where you are. Slowly start to lengthen the heart forward and the hands slightly forward. Turn your heels in. And I want you to start to lower into a bit of a malasana. So work your feet in until you can find yourself into a yogi squat. I like to put my thighs, my triceps between my thighs. There we go. If I knew my body parts, that would help. Help open the legs up. Really get into those inner adductor muscles that we've just been strengthening and lengthening and working. All right, from here, bring your right hand behind you. Straighten your right leg and sit your butt down. Oh, that might have worked out nicely. Take your left foot and bring it to the inside of your right leg. You're going to be kind of catty corner on your mat, but that's totally fine. You're seated. Your legs are taking a break. They probably are happy for that reason. Your hands are going to come behind you, or your left hand, I should say, comes behind you. That way it helps you to sit up nice and tall. Reach your right hand up. Start to twist on your exhale. See if you can hook that right arm outside of that left leg. And look over your left shoulder. Ardha Matsyendrasana, or half fish pose. Now I have my right leg extended. You could also have that right knee bent, but we don't need to for today. I think we're fine with just a little twist here. Slowly come out of that. Let your left knee drop down to the ground, Janu Shirshasana. Forehead to knee pose, but we're going to add a bit of a twist. So take an inhale, reach up. As you exhale, take your left hand for the outside of the blade edge of your right foot. Pull on that. That should start to stretch all the low parts of your left side. Your right hand can be bracing for support, or you can cross at the arms. Slowly start to come out the pose. Take your right foot, let it meet your left, find butterfly pose. Sit up nice and tall here. Close your eyes. Take your hands, and what you're going to do, what I like to do at least, is take my middle finger and my index finger, place them on my forehead so that I can use my thumb to block my right nostril for a little bit of our alternate nostril breathing. So we're going to breathe in one nose, out the other nose. Pretty easy. So block the right nose, inhale through the left. Then I take my ring finger, block my left nose, release, obviously my right, or I can exhale out the right, and then exhale. Breathe in through the right, press it with the thumb, and release it. Release the ring finger, exhale. Let me be clear, it doesn't matter which finger you use. I just need you to be able to breathe in one nostril and out the other. And then breathe in through the left. And out the right. ending on the right side. From here, extend out your left leg, bring the sole of your right foot down, and then bring it over so that you can start with your twist. Right hand comes behind you, lift up through the chest, inhale, exhale, twist, 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 twist. Keep twisting, finishing by looking over your right shoulder. Letting the body settle, letting the breath settle. Slowly start to come out of the twist. Drop the right knee down. Find your Janu Shirshasana. Take your length first. And then start to reach forward. Right hand grabs the blade of the left foot. Cross arms if it feels good. Or just keep the left arm on the ground for support. Really trying to stretch that right QL. And the right intercostals. Slowly start to come up and release. Take that left leg towards the back of your mat, your right leg towards the back of your mat. And then roll it on down. Bring the soles of the feet onto the mat. Let the heel toe them all the way out. Let the knees drop in. Work the shoulders underneath. Let the hands rest on the belly. Take just a bit of constructive rest. Slowly start to open the knees up and let the spine go flat on the mat. Draw the knees into the chest. Open the knees like a book. Grab the blades of the feet, the edges. Draw the toes in towards your face. And then lift the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Take a happy baby. Draw the tailbone down towards your mat while you use your hands to draw your knees towards the ground. Bring the feet back together. Let them come back onto the mat. Extend the legs out. Reach the hands up and overhead. Just find some length here. From fingertip to toes, just get long. Before naturally letting your body relax. Let the arms fall out to the side. Let the legs kind of be wide and comfortable. Let your eyes drift closed. And then just let yourself be aware of where you are right now. As you start your day, take a moment to acknowledge something that you're grateful for in your life right now. Doesn't matter the size. Doesn't matter what it is. Just let that thought be the only thing that you focus on for right now. And then I want you to take that thought and I want you to grow it up and expand it wide. And as you do that, maybe there's a part of your body that registers with that thought.
associates with that sensation. If there is, let it grow with the thought. Until you allow yourself to be and to surrender with gratitude. Keeping the sensation in the body, let the thought go. Let yourself come back to your breath. Remember the great strength and the power that you have to breathe. Sometimes life comes at us in a way that we forget to breathe. But know that your breath reminds you of who you are and what you're capable of. So at any time throughout the day, if you get lost on that message, take a moment to pause. Take 3 to 5 breaths equal in nature, both inhales and exhales that match. Use that to regain your power. To remind yourself that there is something you can always do in every situation. Slowly start to roll onto your right side. Draw your knees into your chest, coming into this fetal position. Come up to a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. I want to thank you for joining me in practice today. And I hope that you have a beautiful and wonderful rest of your week. Stay strong out there in the world. Remember, you can always come back to your breath. You can always come home to that inner peace that you carry with you everywhere you go. With love and gratitude, namaste.